sort of look at this as the start of a important stretch of games for you?
Yeah, internally, coaching staff, yes, we are talking about it, but for the team, it's short. I mean, we got to start the home standoff the right way, and then we get that little reset. Some of us do, and then we go into 4 more games at home, and yeah, it's critical. I would say it's critical for us to collect some points.
Coach, go ahead.
I was gonna say, what have you seen in Charlotte? They you don't have a ton of film on them, but they have now size 13, I guess. So
yeah, so it's always hard. I think I said this the other day. It's always hard to watch a team on film, and it's a little bit different on the field. So whatever we see, whatever trends, we can all prepare the guys. But my message is always: the first time you play against someone, within the first 5 minutes, you got to. Okay, the easy one is a big, tall, fast, slow. Does he have a right foot, left foot? And then the little nuances of the opponent that you're going to play against, and make sure you're learning on the job. Those first 5 minutes of a game, you got to figure out what it's going to take to beat your opponent.
How much does it add to the complication that it's not like their roster is full of MLS veterans? They have a lot of guys who you would have literally only seen on film.
Yeah, again, it's the same point. I mean, whether they're MLS veterans, yeah, maybe you know a little bit more about it, but the system of play, how they play, their tenor, the tempo of their game, I mean, there's always little nuances.
Coach, it seems like the team hasn't been able to quite match the intensity and the sharpness that they had in CCL. There's always that cliche of like a hangover after a title. Is there anything to that at all?
Well, I mean, the home game here that we had for the Open Cup, I thought the team performed well. The Minnesota game, we scored 3 goals. Now, I wouldn't say that was our best soccer, but then the road games after the CCL haven't been great. And our CCL record away from home was pretty good. But our home form for CCL was great. So I'm hoping that 5-game homestand, you'll see a little bit more of the team performing at a higher level. If that answers your question.
Absolutely, and not to go back to the whole VAR thing, but now that you've been able to look at it, and there's clear contact in the box. What are your thoughts on it now that you've had some time to think about it?
I mean, it's still a bit of a gray area because yes, VAR helps. Get it, but it has to be clear and obvious, and they don't have all the tools with the numbers and everything. The refs have to look at that screen, and is it clear and obvious? Okay, inside the box, outside the box, I mean, all those questions. So I still gotta just trust that that's process, and it works the majority of the time, and you might have a mistake or two because humans are not perfect, and then the foul on Jackson Reagan, was that really a foul? Was it not a foul? Should that have been reviewed? I mean, I think guys just have to make plays and leave the referee alone. Make the plays on the field, then VAR doesn't matter as much.
Interviewing that game against Colorado, what stood out specifically about the goal that they scored? Was there anything that could have been different about that at all?
Well, again, it started for me higher up the field. We had some attack. It was in their end of the field. Gave the ball away, counter pressed, long ball. So it was a team goal. It's not just a function of the last play or Jackson's play or Yaimar, the ball bouncing off him. It was actually an attacking movement up there where maybe we should have been a little bit better, put the team under pressure or kept the ball on that side of the field. So that's why it's a team sport. Well, I mean, sense of pride, like a child, I don't know. I would say that the work that Tommy Dutra does with all of the goalkeepers, I have a sense of pride about because he's been with me for a long time. For Steph, I think it's just reward for a fantastic career, which might be a little different than just personal pride. Steph's been great. I mean, the save in 2016, the New York City FC, we'll talk about Champions League. I mean, that was an unbelievable performance. He saved us on multiple occasions. I mean, he's been great.
Coach, obviously horrific what happened yesterday in Texas. Did you have a reaction and thoughts on that whole situation?
Yeah, my again, I need to read more into it. I certainly didn't hear the news, and I loved what Kerr said. It's horrific, and people got to get off their ass and start doing something about it. And instead of just pointing fingers, there's got to be some common sense. Okay, this is happening a lot, so fix it. And that's to all the politicians out there. And then if the politicians can't fix this, and we as voters need to vote people out that don't want to address the issue. How about that? Because it was terrible. It was horrible, terrible, saddening. Shouldn't happen.
Coach, Raul came off early today from practice. Anything there?
Taking a pro day. They had 3 games last week. It was a hard week last week.
Is there anything you're planning for the international break at all, or something to focus on?
Give them time off. Give them time off, mental break, and then they'll go home to their vacations, their mini break, with a training plan. Sports science guys got a plan for each player, so mental break and a little bit of a physical break as well for the guys that are not in their national teams.